Hey guys, it's Daniel. I'm back to do another classic WWF review. It took place 28 years ago today, August 3rd, 1997, and I will be reviewing SummerSlam 1997. So this event took place 28 years ago today, and I say it's one of the best and one of the greatest SummerSlams of all time. Probably the best SummerSlam in the 90s, so I'm going to just start reviewing it right now. You have a steel cage match with Triple H and Mankind. Just a great opener, a great cage match. I mean, these guys were just going at it. It was a physical match. One of their best matches. Triple H in his prime, Mick Foley in his prime. These guys were just still starting. They were not main event stars yet, but they were just, starting to become big stars. And this is a great match to go back and look at. Really great cage match. Mankind Mick Foley won. The second match is Goldust versus Brian Pillman. Another fun match. Just a fun match between these two. If Brian Pillman lost, he would have to wear a dress the next night on Raw. And it was a fun match. I mean, there was Goldust kissed him, and they were just going at it. It was a fun match. Brian Pillman lost, so it was a great match between those two. You got the Godwins versus Legion of Doom. A fun, just a real fun tag team match between these two. I mean, I miss the LOD. One of the greatest tag teams of all time. It was a great competitive tag team match. LOD won, so it was a great match between those two. Next match, you have the Bulldog versus Ken Shamrock. Just an epic match. These guys were just going at it. This was Shamrock's first year in WWF, so he was doing a great job just building himself to be, tense wrestler that he was. And of course, what can you say about the Bulldog? The Bulldog is a legend too. And you got dog. They were using dog food, you know, using dog food and beating up each other. This match ended, I think, in a DQ because Ken Shamrock lost and then was just beating up on the referees and Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe. So fun match. I mean, it was a DQ, but it was a fun match either way. You got Los Boricuas versus the Disciples. That was a good match. I mean, I wouldn't say it was the best match of the show, but it was a good match. You saw the Nation. At this time, Odd Man Johnson was in the Nation. This was before The Rock was in the Nation. So it was a decent match. I mean, there was nothing special. And now you get to the two feature matches, the two big matches of this card. And the Intercontinental match, of course, we all know the match, Owen Hart versus Stone Cold. Sadly, this is the match where Owen Hart pile drives Stone Cold and, breaks his neck. We all know the match. But honestly, the match was good. I mean, the match was really good. These guys were just going at it. I mean, Stone Cold came out and, you know, Owen Hart just went after his legs, and Owen Hart was being the heel that he is. He was chomping on his fingers and trying to break his fingers. I mean, the match was fun. The match was fun, and the sad thing about this match is that it's only known for the pile driver. It's only known for the pile driver that Owen Hart gave Stone Cold. But the match itself was really good. But yeah, Owen Hart gave Stone Cold the pile driver in the wrong way, and Stone Cold was paralyzed for almost a minute until he got movement, and then he told the ref Earl Hebner. He said, "Let me just roll up Owen Hart. Let's just get this match over with." So he rolled Owen Hart over and won the match. What was supposed to happen was Stone Cold was supposed to win the match, just like it was planned. He was supposed to win the match, and so forth. So Stone Cold proved this night that he was the toughest SOB. He was saying it. He proved that he was the toughest SOB because he finished the match fully, and this match cemented Stone Cold as the top guy. Of course, we know the match where you know WrestleMania 13, the submission match where he had with Bret Hart, where he became a face. People cheering for him. This match really cemented Stone Cold as the top guy because he didn't even have to finish the match, but he finished the match, and he won the title. It's sad that Owen Hart didn't apologize to him, but you know when Owen Hart died 2 years later, you know Stone Cold did toast him at the Owen Hart tribute at the Raw that the next night. So it just shows you that I think Stone Cold was pissed off at Owen Hart because he didn't apologize to him. And even Bret Hart confirmed that he didn't apologize to him. But at least he, forgave him enough to toast him that night, when Owen Hart died the previous night at Over the Edge 1999. So I think it was a great match. I do think it was a great match. But again, it gets kind of overshadowed by the pile driver that Owen Hart gave Stone Cold. And the main event is Undertaker versus Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels is the special guest referee. I think this was a great match. These guys were going at it. I mean, this match was long. I mean, I think it was like almost 40 minutes. These guys were just going at it. I mean, and Shawn Michaels does a great job. I mean, Shawn Michaels did a great job being the referee. This was a time where Shawn Michaels was kind of a douche. He didn't get along with Bret behind the scenes, and he didn't want to put over Bret. They were supposed to have a match at WrestleMania 13, but he didn't want to put over Bret, so he relinquished the title to Vince earlier in the year in February, and he didn't really wrestle until the next match that he would have with Undertaker in September, and that in your house. So it was a great match. Bret Hart spit on Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels hits Undertaker with the chair, and Bret Hart wins. And this pretty much sets up the feud with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. And they fought 2 matches. And of course, Bad Blood was where Kane debuted, which was one of the greatest debuts I've seen for a wrestler. So great build up for Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, and there was a great build up for Undertaker. I mean Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, because they would fight at Survivor Series 1997, and of course we know what happened in that match. The famous screw job. So this was a great event, man. It took place 28 years ago today. So in the next 2 years, it's gonna be 30 years old, which is pretty crazy. And a lot of wrestlers have died in this event, sadly. China, Bulldog, Paul Bearer, Brian Pillman. It's just sad that the wrestling business is sad how we've lost, so many great wrestlers. When you go back and watch these wrestlers, you think they're untouchable. You think they're gonna live forever. But sadly, we all got a day to go. But it's just great to look at these wrestlers back in the day, because these wrestlers were a hell of a lot more entertaining than the wrestlers that we have today. Today's wrestlers completely suck. They're nowhere near as good as these wrestlers were in 1997 in the WWF times. So I highly suggest you check out this event. This is probably one of the best SummerSlams of the 90s. I think it was a great event, a great build up to what we would be known as the Attitude Era. This was still new generation, but ultimately this event kind of showcased that the Attitude Era was coming, and it was coming very soon. So like and comment, and give me your thoughts on this event if you watched, and give me your favorite match from this event. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.